Hey guys, so I wanted to make a quick video to let you guys know what's going on and explain how awesome my day was yesterday because it was fantastic. I didn't think I would have so much fun, but I did. So I'm on summer break now officially until August 27th when I start back at work. So yesterday was our first official full day off. We didn't have to get up at 6:30. We didn't have to go to homeroom. We didn't have to observe any kids. So we just kind of we existed for a day, and it was really, really awesome. I went to Freshney Place, the shopping center, for just a few things here and there. I had to buy some weekend tops, like, because I don't have like t-shirts or whatever, so I went and I got some on super crazy, like, blowout closeout sale, like for £2. So that was really totally worth it. And then I took a bus to see my friends Lyndon and Michael out in Cleethorpes, which was only about maybe a 10-15 minute bus ride, so that was great. And basically we went for English tea, which is it's really touristy and it's really, like, people might say, but it was so much fun and it was so delicious and so unexpectedly adorable that we just had a great time. They arrived on like these cake tiers, and there was our sandwiches on the bottom tier, then um, our scones and clotted cream and jelly and everything on the middle tier, and then on the top were cake, actual like huge fucking New York style cheesecake, except I didn't get the cheesecake. Mike got the cheesecake. It looked really good. Lyndon and I both had like this amazing, really too rich for me to finish, banana cream mousse cake heaven thing, so that was really great. And we had tea, obviously. The British, they drink a lot of like black teas, so like back home I would drink like green tea or anything from David's Tea, like the chocolate, or all of the crazy like mint and vanilla and chai and all of that, but over here it's basically like black tea. And you have it with some cream or sugar or whatever, and I'm learning to drink it with cream, which I never thought I would do, but I do it, and it's quite nice, honestly. So I'm slowly converting. Anyway, so yeah, we had tea, and then which was amazing and really reasonably priced, surprisingly. So I definitely think we're gonna go back, and I do want to take my parents there when they come visit. They're gonna really enjoy it. So that's definitely plan number one. We're gonna go to Old Cleethorpes, and we're going to have tea. My parents aren't watching this, but that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, so then we went to the post office because they had to mail some postcards and get some stamps and everything. Michael bought some really, really kitschy magnets for a refrigerator. They're super funny. They're like Cleethorpes, and then there's that giant like fat lady in a big bikini. It's really cute. Yeah, so we went there and we walked along the boardwalk for a little bit, and then we kind of just like unanimously, the three of us decided, hey, let's walk all the way out into the water. It was low tide, so it stretched out for like, I don't want to say miles because I know that's wrong, but like a really, really long time, at least 1.5 kilometers for sure. So we walked all the way to where the water had receded to, and it was incredible. There was just sand and mud and shells everywhere. It was really great, and it was really calming, really relaxing, so windy. I couldn't do anything from it, yesterday. I just accepted the wind destroying my hair, which is fine because, you know what, why bother? So that was really fun. Had a really great time with the two of them. They're really great people. Yeah, so we walked for a long time. We walked there and all the way back, and we bonded really well. We collected shells, we washed them off, we stepped in a lot of mud. On our way back, we were trying to, stupidly, we were like, oh, let's wash our feet halfway through because they're just going to get more muddy on the way back. Anyway, so, because we were really muddy at this point, because we had stepped in some pretty sinky mud, so we were totally gross and dirty, so we wanted to wash off. And as we were walking back, there was a pool of water. And so I start walking like, oh, I'm smart, I'll do this. And I literally, about half my leg, I sank in the puddle. And I just, fuck it, I just walked all the way through because, I'm not doing anything important. Like, I got wet, so it's fine. It was a lot of fun. It was really childish and freeing, and it was great. So I'm definitely going to do that again because I live here now, so why not? And yeah, so after that we dried off. We walked back to their place to, why did we go back to their place? Oh, right. We dropped off the postcards, and we just kind of recuperated a little bit. And then we relaxed. we booked a trip to Scotland. I'm going to Scotland. What? Yeah. So that's gonna be great. Lyndon and I, and possibly a couple other people, we're going to Edinburgh on August 11th, and there's a tour that leaves from Edinburgh on the 13th. So we're gonna spend a couple days, in and around Edinburgh on our own. And then we're going to the Isle of Skye and some other crazy places. There are like walking tours and bus tours and stuff that we're gonna go to. So it's all organized. You get a really nice like survey of that area of Scotland. So I was really excited because I want to be able to have a bit of an itinerary when my parents come, because they really want to go to Scotland as well. So we're gonna try and do that when they come. So I'll at least have some sort of knowledge. So I'm not just like blindly leading them to areas of Scotland because none of us know what we're doing. I'm a travel virgin. This is my first time traveling on my own, especially for this long. Like 2 years is nuts. So I'm here. I'm going to explore because Europe is it's so much, more compact than Canada. I think there's something like 14 Frances fit in one Canada. It's crazy how big Canada is, and you don't really realize it until you leave. So it's still kind of trippy to realize, hey, I can actually go to Greece or Scotland or Ireland or Italy or France for a fraction of what it would cost to fly from one end of Canada to the other. So it's almost like obligatory that I travel while I'm here just to get that kind of experience. So that's my rationale. I'm going to Scotland because it's my duty, basically. So yeah, I'm going to Scotland. And then when I get back, I'll have about a week before work starts again, so I can really sort of like recenter and plan and do all of that stuff, which is really important. And then sidebar, whoops, we went to the oldest church I've seen since I went to Normandy years ago with my family. This church was built, whatever, in 1050 AD. It's like 1,000-year-old church, or coming on 1,000 years old. That is nuts. And we walked through the cemetery. We got really great pictures. Cemeteries are really interesting places. I know it might sound kind of morbid, but as a writer, I really appreciate them because there are people there. I mean, they're decomposed and they've become part of the dirt and, samsara and all of that, the cyclical nature of being and everything. But their headstones are there, their stories are there, their essences are there, and it's interesting, and it's not as depressing as some might think. It's actually really freeing and interesting, and really it calls for a lot of introspection when you go to a cemetery, so I really enjoyed that. And we got some really great pictures. So that was great, and it was a beautiful walk. It's actually closer to Grimsby than Clee, this church, so we ended up walking quite a ways, and then on the way back I found a debonair, you guys. Oh my god. So a little bit of home over here, because, alright, I don't have that many friends in other parts of Canada. Most of my friends are in Montreal, or they're like in like India or whatever, but in Montreal, we have these things called debonairs, or deps, right, where you get your alcohol, your cigarettes, your chips, your toiletries, all of that. So it's like a Kmart, or not a Kmart, like a Quickie Mart, basically, but you get alcohol there. In the rest of Canada, they have debonairs. They don't call them debonairs. They call them like corner stores and stuff, but there's no alcohol in them, okay? They have to go to the beer store, the LCBO, or the SAQ, or the equivalent of an SAQ to get their alcohol, right? Or the supermarket. So here in England, they have debonairs. It's called Spar, S-P-A-R. It's a chain, and there's alcohol, there's cigarettes, there's snack foods, there's regular groceries, there's toiletries. It's basically like a couche-tard, and I was so happy to see it because I didn't know if they had them here, because in the rest of Canada, they don't exist. So I wasn't sure if it was just like a Quebec thing that we like our cigarettes and our booze in the same place, because apparently in the rest of Canada, they don't like that. So it was just a really interesting experience just to walk in and literally feel like I was back home, because the layout is the same. It was just a really trippy experience. I'm really easily amused, so screw you guys if you don't think that's interesting, but I thought it was really fun. So yeah, we went to a Spar. We got some really cool ciders for the evening. Ciders, if you don't know what they are or haven't tried them yet, do, because it's like drinking like adult Kool-Aid. Okay, they're fruity, they're dangerous, alright? They're really dangerous. They will get you schmammered if you're not careful. But they're delicious and they're lovely. So we had some of those, we got some of those, and I got some fixins for tomato sauce. And so I cooked pasta for Lyndon and Mike after our long day. Nice sauce for them for the week. I'm so maternal, I swear to God. I'm just gonna like leave a trail of tomato sauce wherever I go, honestly. That's my hostess gift. I cook for people. So yeah, that's what I do now. But yeah, so then we ate together, and then I think I only left their place at like 12:30 at night because we spent basically the whole day together. It was really great, and I took a cab back home to where I'm living right now. And actually, I got the same cab driver as I did the day before, and we were just like, "Hey, what's up?" And we just like talked the whole way. Cab drivers here are so friendly and so lovely. I mean, back home in Montreal, you can get really lucky with the cab drivers, but sometimes the people kind of suck. Not the cab driver people, the customer people, and they just don't talk. But I'm very friendly, and it's a new country, and I will talk to people, and I have yet to have a bad or like a quiet cab driver experience. Like, it's just fun to chat with them because they do see people from all over the world, because people they travel in Europe, right? So it's not. Anyway, I had a good time, and then I went home and I crashed in bed, and I woke up at like 8:30 this morning. Then we went to Asda because we had no food. Because the fridges here are so small, and so you can really only buy like a few days of food at a time. Honestly, you can't, like, there's no Costco haul, alright? Like, you can't just go there and do one-stop shopping every month. Like, you have to buy food constantly. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so then we just came home. We're doing laundry in bursts, hanging stuff outside because there are no dryers here. Fun times. And yeah, then we're gonna go. I have to go get some money because I have to pay for my trip to Scotland. And yeah, then we're going for drinks tonight with the other Canadians, and it'll be a good time. So that's what's up now. So a couple big things. Walked on water, went to a haunted old church, going to Scotland, and I'm on holiday. What? Yeah, so that's what's up. And I want to say hi to, of course, my students who I know are watching me, which is kind of fun, and it makes me really happy because a little bit of a, I'll let you in on a secret. It's not really a secret because I'm telling the whole internet, so whatever. But I got really homesick this week. And by homesick, I don't actually mean my family, which sounds kind of callous, but let me explain. I talk to my parents pretty regularly on texting or FaceTime and Skype and stuff, so I don't really, or missing them hasn't really hit me. But missing my students has been really debilitating, and it's hard to explain. Like, because I've seen, I had a lot of students at Marymount. Like, I taught 4 class sets, and they were huge classes, and I got to know them all on an individual level really, really well, and I love each and every one of them. And being without them, first of all, for the summer so far, had been really difficult. You know, and my international ones, like Annie going back to Germany, that broke my heart because I don't want to say she was my favorite because that's mean, and my other students are watching this, so I don't actually have favorites, you guys, because teachers aren't allowed to have favorites, but you're all my favorite. But it was heartbreaking to see her go, and it's kind of cool that she is in Germany because, you know, it's pretty close to where I'm going, so, like, I'm not going to say, like, oh, let's go to Germany and whatever, but, like, it could be kind of fun, you know, and I do miss all of my improv kids so much because they were so spirited, they are so spirited, you know, because they're still like that, you know, and they're going on to new things, they're going to cégep, and they're adults now, you know, like, they're real people, and it's really interesting to see that development. And as a teacher, that's probably the hardest thing, is to get attached to your kids. You know, they're your babies for however long you have them, and then you have to let them go. You have to let them, you know, graduate to another grade level. You have to let them graduate to university or A-levels or whatever the equivalent is, cégep, or, you know, wherever you are in the world. They're leaving you, right? And you do, as an English teacher especially, get really, you know, you see different facets of your kids, and if you get involved in extracurricular activities, you get to see them as people and not just as your students. And I got a great opportunity last year when I was working at Marymount, and honestly, it was a really transformative experience, and being without those kids every day is really tough. And I was just really feeling it this week because it was the last week of term, and so all the teachers around me were feeling that same thing because the students here are their kids. And so I sympathized with that. And a lot of the Canadian teachers their contracts are up, so they're leaving. And I know that's my future, you know what I mean? I'm only here for 2 years, and I see how hard it is on them because they've lived here for 2 years, some of them 3 or 4 years. So I might be one of the lucky ones that gets to live here for more than 2 years, but at some point I will have to say goodbye, and I suck. I suck at goodbyes. Like, my last day at Marymount, I held it together for most of the day, all right? And it was 80-minute periods, 4 periods, yes, 4 periods and a long lunch back home over there. That's the way schedules work over there. And about 5 minutes before the bell on last period, I was saying goodbye to my kids, and, just doing the mushy thing, like, okay, you guys, it's my last day. I really want you guys to know how much I enjoyed teaching you, and all of that stuff that you say on your last day with these kids. And I choked up and I started crying, and I said, I don't want to leave, but I have to go. I have to go back to my stupid university for stupid 2 weeks of useless reflection and introspection so I get my stupid degree. And I was just so annoyed that I had to go because I wanted to finish out the year with them, and I couldn't. And it was heartbreaking. And I cried. It was so embarrassing. And then we had a big, group hug, so that made it better. But it was just, oh my God, I can't explain. And here, there's none of that. I'm not as connected to these kids as I was at Marymount. And obviously, I mean, I've only been here for like 2 weeks. I can't expect that kind of connection right away. But you miss your kids. You get attached, and that's what I'm going through now. I'll be fine. Like, it's not gonna kill me, but knowing that people watch these discussions of insanity and streams of thought where someone's talking to themselves via camera, to know that my kids are watching them is kind of comforting, because it's my way of saying, like, hi, and I'm still here, and I still remember you, and I miss you, and I think of you guys when I'm making my lessons over here, because you guys showed me what works. And if I can teach at Marymount, then I can teach anywhere. So I want to thank you guys for that, because I had a great time, and you changed how I teach. And I'm here because of how you changed me. I got this job because of the experiences I had at Marymount that made me into the teacher that they want to hire. So I owe a lot of that to my last practicum with you guys. And, I'm super thankful, and this video was like really, really long, and I ramble, and I'm sorry, and I just want to say that I love you guys very much. I miss you guys so much. It's not even like saying how much I miss you guys. It's embarrassing. So yeah, I love you guys. I miss you guys. Don't set anything on fire, and I'll probably make another one of these in a little bit, and I promise it won't be 20 minutes long like this one. Sorry. Not sorry. Bye. Love you guys.